It's 9:30. We'll call the March 11th meeting to order. Will you please rise for the pledge to the flag? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 3 on the agenda is the promotions for the Mill Creek Police Department. Chief Mook.
Thank you. On March 6th, Sergeant Dave Parmenter retired from MPD after 26 years of service, and his departure created a vacancy in the juvenile section of investigations. After an application period and promotion evaluation process, Corporal Brian Henderson was identified as the top-ranked candidate. Corporal Henderson has been capably serving in the juvenile section for some time now. He has also effectively held the role as a team leader on the SWAT team. I have personally observed his leadership during critical incidents, and I recommend Corporal Henderson be promoted to the rank of sergeant with his pay at this rank retroactive to March 7th. With the promotion of Corporal Henderson in the juvenile aid section of investigations, this has created a vacancy. After an application period and promotion evaluation process, Detective Kevin Juka was identified as the top-ranked candidate. Detective Juka has been capably serving in the juvenile aid section already. He has also previously held the rank of corporal while in patrol and has served as a field training officer. In late 2022, Detective Juka made the difficult decision to leave patrol and resign his corporal rank in order to become a detective. I recommend Detective Juka be promoted to corporal today with his pay at this rank retroactive to March 7th. And last, in the Investigative Services Division, there exists a Special Investigations Unit. Often these unit members work off hours due to the nature of their investigations, and these situations may be uncertain and rapidly evolving. To provide for more accountability and to streamline operations, I have requested a promotion within this unit. After an application period and promotion evaluation process, Detective Chris Buckner was identified as the top candidate for this position. I recommend that Detective Buckner be promoted to corporal in investigative services with today's date as the effective date.
Thank you, Chief. Okay. Is there a motion from the board to promote Officers Henderson, Juka, and Buckner?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Motion's carried. Congratulations. We'll take this opportunity to do some photos, and then we'll move on with the meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I
Yes.
just like to publicly congratulate Parmenter on his retirement. He dedicated many years to Mill Creek Township, and we are so sad to see him go, but very happy for his new life. And thank you to all of you for everything that you do every day. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is public comment on agenda items other than development or rezoning applications. Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from February 25th?
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 6 is approval of the bills. Is there a motion to approve the bills?
Motion to approve.
Second?
It's moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 7 is bids and quotations. We'll start with an RFP results for the uniform rental contract. Ms. Page?
Yes, proposals for bids on a contract for rental and laundering services of garments, mats, towels, and uniforms were received and opened on February 11th, and two bids were received from Cintas Corporation and UniFirst Corporation. The Cintas bid proposal failed to comply with the bid package requirements of submitting on the proper bid form and submitting pricing for both a 3-year and 5-year contract term. Upon further discussion, it was discovered that UniFirst Corporation has already a negotiated contract with Sourcewell, which is a cooperative purchasing organization of which Mill Creek Township also has a contract. So the Administration Department is recommending approval of a contract with UniFirst Corporation for a 5-year period to begin March 31st, 2025 and ending March 31st, 2030 at their negotiated rates included in their contract number 011124 with Sourcewell. On average, each year, for uniforms, the price to Mill Creek Township will be about $8,400. For our weekly supply of towels, mops, and pads, it'll be about $1,800. And our biweekly rate on scraper mats and other black mats will be about $3,800. So we are looking at a little, right almost between $14,000 and $15,000 a year that we would be spending with UniFirst with their negotiated rates. So in total, the cost would be about $75,000 for the contract period.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions or comments from the board for Ms. Page?
If I could, Mr. Chairman, I would also, in any motion, I would include in that motion a motion to reject the bids that were received and instead award the contract under the Sourcewell agreement.
Okay. Is there a motion to the effect of, as Attorney Shaw has described?
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve Sourcewell and also disqualify the other submittals.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item on the agenda is a patrol vehicle upfit for Mill Creek Police. Mrs. Clear?
Yes, so we have, for the Mill Creek Police Department, there's a patrol vehicle uplift cost. On 2/25 of 25, Chief Mook provided a quote from the emergency vehicles in Butler, PA to upfit 2 new frontline police patrol vehicles. The amount indicated was $11,230. Later, Chief Mook realized that there was no labor included in that quote, so he submitted a new agenda request to amend that. And the new quote includes all equipment and labor at $16,912 per vehicle, for the total uplifting being $33,824 from the major equipment line item of the budget. This is a CoStar's vendor. And with that, I will make a motion to approve the uplift cost.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. We have 2 other items here from Public Works and Traffic. There'll be a permanent replacement of a traffic signal at Route 97 and 505, and also the HVAC service agreement renewal. Mr. Puda.
Thank you and good morning. The Traffic Department is seeking approval to contract with Bruce and Marilee's Electric Company for the installation of a new dual-mast arm assembly, signal heads, 15-foot luminaire arm, along with any necessary materials to permanently fix the traffic signal at Route 97 and 505, which was damaged during a windstorm, for the amount of $101,612.34. This purchase will be submitted to our insurance company for reimbursement. And the second one, the Building Maintenance Department is seeking approval to renew a 3-year service agreement with Johnson Control for the maintenance of our HVAC mechanical system. The agreement would start 4/1/25 and end 3/31/28. The agreement price for the first year is $24,588. The second year would be $26,800, and the third year would be $29,213. Johnson Control is our current provider of these services, and would be a continuation of those services. I would recommend approval of both of these items.
Okay, thank you. Does the board have any comments or questions for Mr. Puda on these two items? If not, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 8 is new and amended ordinances under review. Attorney Shaw?
Yes, the township previously adopted the International Property Maintenance Code as the property maintenance code for the township. The last version of the code adopted by the township was the 2015 edition. The Chief Code Enforcement Officer has reviewed the recent 2021 edition of the International Property Maintenance Code and has recommended that the township adopt the 2021 edition of the International Property Maintenance Code with amendments as the current version of the Property Maintenance Code. To the township, the proposed ordinance amends certain provisions of the IPMC, and it would include references to the township, certain dates and penalties and violations, Board of Appeals, and the clarification on the weeds definition, which we always seem to have challenges with. The ordinance will be before the board for formal consideration at the March 25, 2025 meeting. In addition, the township, this would be ordinance 2025, that property maintenance code will be ordinance 2025-2. Next would be ordinance 2025-3, which relates to the fire code. The township previously adopted the International Fire Code as the fire code for the township. The last version of the code adopted by the township was the 2015 edition. The fire code officer has reviewed the 2021 edition of the IFC and has recommended that the township adopt that 2021 edition of the International Fire Code with amendments as the current version of the fire code. Proposed ordinance amends certain provisions of the IPMC to include references to the township, certain dates, penalties and violations, Board of Appeals, and the geographic locations for certain facilities. This ordinance will also be before the board for formal consideration at its March 25, 2025 meeting. Lastly, there are two additional ordinances still under consideration. The subdivision and land development ordinance, still working through the final version of that, and then also on fines and penalties update, we're looking to streamline those provisions throughout the code.
Okay, thank you. Item 9 is Resolution 2025-R11 regarding municipal records, and my understanding is that we don't have the information for that for this meeting, so I would entertain a motion to put this off until the next meeting.
Mr. Chairman, do you need a motion to table?
Yes, please.
I'll make a motion to table Resolution 2025-R11.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 10 is a pass-through contract agreement with the Crime Victim Center. Chief Mook?
Thank you. The Crime Victim Center of Erie County has been awarded a sub-grant by the PA Commission on Crime and Delinquency for enhancing sexual assault response. Part of the sub-grant has allowed the Crime Victim Center to reimburse our department for wages worked while investigating sexual assault cases. This same reimbursement took place during the latter part of 2024, and the proposed pass-through contract agreement approval would provide for wage reimbursement again to the township in 2025, up to $6,588.
Okay, any comments or questions for Chief Mook?
I'll make a motion to approve the pass-through agreement.
Okay,
I'll second.
it's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 11 is a MOA with the Mill Creek Police Association and the township regarding the examination for promotion to rank of detective. Chief Mook?
Thank you. The Mill Creek Police Association's president brought forth concerns regarding the promotion written exam being now required to become a detective due to the new collective bargaining agreement. I have collaborated with Attorney Kuhar, and after careful consideration, we proposed a MOA for the MPA's review. The MPA held an election, and a majority voted to accept the MOA. Attorney Kuhar and I recommend that the board adopt this language.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to approve this MOA?
Make a motion to approve the MOA.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Moving on to communications, Treasurer Communications?
I don't have anything else today.
Okay, very good. Next item is a hiring request for the Police Department. Chief Mook?
On March 6th, Sergeant David Parmenter retired after 26 years of service to the police department. After an application process and oral interview, Kyle Mathis emerged as the top-ranked candidate. Mathis is a 2-year veteran of the Erie County Sheriff's Department. He signed a full-time offer of employment to become a probationary police officer. Mathis's start date would be this Friday, March 14th. His pay and benefits are set by the collective bargaining agreement, specifically earning $31.45 per hour this year.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to approve the hiring of Kyle Mathis?
I will make a motion to approve the hiring.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. We have a hiring request from Parks and Recreation. Ms. Morsteller?
Thank you. The listed employees and volunteers before you are requested to be approved for the part-time employment as well as seasonal employment for the spring 2025 season. These employees and volunteers are essential to carrying out our spring recreational offerings in the work of the Parks and Recreation Department. The part-time employee and seasonal employee wages are accounted for in Parks and Recreation Department's operational budget. The wages suggested for each employee are based off the part-time wage scale approved by the Board of Supervisors. It would be my recommendation to approve the hiring of the listed 25 employees.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to approve these hires for Parks and Recreation?
So moved.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item is a training request from the Police Department. Chief Mook?
Thank you. The Dago Law Group is hosting a webinar training April 15th through the 17th titled Legally Sufficient Background Investigations. With the Mill Creek Police Department facing at least another 7 or so hirings in the next 34 months, this updated skill set is essential. I recommend Captain Kostensky be approved for this webinar as he is ultimately responsible for all the background investigations of new hires. Tuition is $595, and this is the only cost due to the nature of the virtual training.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to approve the training?
I'll make a motion to approve the training.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item is the MRS Trucks Meeting Proxy. My understanding is that we will not be in attendance, but we do need to approve a proxy vote in our absence. So is there a motion to approve that proxy vote?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Executive sessions were held on February 27th and also on March 6th. On February 27th, litigation matters related to state and federal court lawsuits, permitting dispute, contract dispute, and an easement dispute. Also personnel matters related to the fire department and police department, and real estate matters related to parks and rec facilities, stormwater easements, and lease of township facilities. On March 6th, litigation matters related to state and federal court lawsuits, easement disputes, and permitting dispute. Personnel matters related to the fire department and the police department, and real estate matters related to the lease of township facilities, parks and rec facilities, and stormwater easements. Moving on to solicitor communications.
Nothing further on my end.
Okay. Student ambassador report.
Good morning. McDowell has a few exciting updates to share as we all enjoy the warmer weather. Congratulations to all students who played with the PMEA Region 2 band this year. 2 of those students will continue on to represent McDowell as part of the PMEA All-State Band in April. The annual Pi Day event hosted by McDowell's Math Club will occur this week, featuring fun and educational math activities and games, and the crowd favorite Pi a Teacher event. A central focus of McDowell's mission is serving the community, and we have 2 events to highlight. This Monday, students came together to help make our blood drive a success. Additionally, a student-led initiative to collect canned goods and gently worn clothes kicked off last week and will continue throughout the month of March. Finally, a bus of McDowell students will be showing their school pride at the next round of the PIAA State Boys Basketball Playoffs. Good luck to all players, and go Trojans. Thank you for listening, and we look forward to continuing to share updates.
Thank you. Sounds like a very busy time.
Yeah,
I remember Pi Day, by the way.
crowd favorite.
I loved Pi Day. I should give a shout out to the organizers of that. They do such a great job.
Yeah, Math
So-
Club, it's a big favorite, so everyone's looking forward to it at school.
And I was pied, just for the record.
That's the best part.
We had to write the 3.14, and then you had to write so many numbers after. And I think I did like 24, and then the teacher next to me, another teacher ended up doing like 27 of the numbers. So I lost
Fun time.
and got pied.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Bach, you have something on ECATO.
Yes, just a reminder that the ECATO Scholarship Program is now open for high school seniors. 3 $800 scholarships will be offered. They have to be a resident of a township anywhere in Erie County, and the deadline is May 2nd. They can go on our website and for a fillable form, and hopefully we'll get a lot of applicants.
Hope so, too.
Yeah.
Mr. Bach, you've been
Yes.
doing this for, I think, gosh, the last 7 years.
Yeah, this is my 8th year
Eighth year
being
doing
involved
it?
in this program. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
awesome.
very successful program, and nice to see the young people come out and
Mm-hmm.
apply for these. So hope maybe our student ambassadors will apply.
Hint, hint, hint. Yeah. I hope so too. I was going to say one more thing. Oh, they can see their guidance counselors probably too.
They can.
Okay,
Yeah, they can
okay.
go see the guidance counselor, and they'll have the,
Information.
everything's online now, but they
Okay.
can print out a hard copy if they still want to.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'm back in 1985. Okay.
Okay. That takes us to citizens to be heard. Are there any citizens to be heard?
Good morning. I'm William Shaw from Westbury Farms, and I'm representing the Mill Creek Township Government Study Commission this morning. And I want to share just 3 quick comments with you that the Subcommittee on Government Outreach met yesterday afternoon in a video conference with 3 additional townships across the Commonwealth. It was an extremely interesting thing because there's a wide variety of things as to how that township runs. One of them, Ms. Clear, you would enjoy. She was a female. She'd been there for 13 years and extremely sharp and knowledgeable as a township manager. Did a great job. And so all of this is data gathering to help us understand how township government should run. The committee as the whole then met at 5:30 yesterday afternoon. We had an extensive discussion of the second-class cities at A and second-class cities B. Both of them are mayor forms. A does not mandate an administrative or managerial position. B does. I'm sure you're all familiar with that, but at any rate, that was into the public record if nothing else. The committee as a whole also has identified the need to try to do town hall meetings or informational meetings, whatever you like. We're trying to plan those for April and May so that the citizens have an opportunity to have access to what we've done to this point in our process. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen?
I certainly appreciate the report, Mr. Schaaf.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other citizens to be heard? Okay, hearing none. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we are adjourned at 9:55.